Go live. Go live. Welcome, everybody, to beautiful Cambodia. I am the Maven, and I'm here with my friend Cecile. Maybe we'll turn this just a little bit. Here we go. And we're in her. Hey, Major Porter. Welcome, and thank you for joining. So we're going to talk a little bit about Cambodia, anything that you want. So you can join live the next broadcast on Periscope, and you'll be able to make comments as well that we can then talk and chat and interact. Alrighty. So today is the 20th of April in Cambodia. It's the morning already. I know some places in the world are still in the evening of the 19th, but that's all right. We welcome you to join us, and we have tamarind trees dropping their tamarind, and we have mango trees dropping their mango. So what a lovely morning. And hello, Chakao. Thank you for joining. And lots of people I don't that are here. So Cecile, Cambodia.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Hi, Master Bastion 1. Thank you for joining. And so what's special about Cambodia? Hi, Irvin.
Is it the question?
Yes.
Okay. Cambodia is a nice country.
It's a nice country. I'm gonna because I'm not sure, you're further away. Hello, Bourbon. Ask us any questions. We're happy to answer. So just so Cecile knows, I'm gonna repeat so that just in case you can't hear her so well, you'll know what she's saying. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Leave a comment, please. Bevan, can you hear her?
Can you hear me? So Cambodia is a very nice country. You should all come. You should all come to Cambodia. We could welcome you. It is a smiley country.
Yes, a lot of smiles in Cambodia.
Yeah.
We love Cambodia.
We love Cambodia. Of course, I am native one.
Yes, and I've been here 11 years, in case you're new. Hey, Kavirik Japon. Thank you for joining.
We are in Phnom Penh capital.
Yes.
And it is about 9 o'clock a.m. morning time.
Yes, 9 o'clock in the morning. And so we're starting our day here in the lovely garden of Cecile's home.
And a coffee, a white coffee. Do you like one?
Yes, and I have some too. Yes, we'd like to share some coffee with you. Come and join us. We always have unexpected guests sometimes coming over and joining too, because everyone is always welcome at Cecile's house. And now you get to join and also be welcome here.
So they was coming. But we are just waiting for the Ministry of Sports because we are preparing the SEA Games 2023 in Cambodia.
Oh, that's going to be a big, big event. So, SEA Games meaning Southeast Asia. And so the weather, Bevan's asking about the weather. Right now, it's not so hot. We do have the fan right there. Fan. I have a fan on my side as well. It will get hot.
In the midday.
Yeah, mid 30s, mid to upper 30s in Celsius. In Fahrenheit, it's going to be in the 90s.
Yeah.
And
it's a cool weather this morning, right?
Right now, it feels pretty cool. It's probably in the 80s, which is comfortable.
2 days ago, we had a small rain. But it was
not
so much.
A little bit of rain.
But the rainy season is coming.
Yeah, but rainy season in Cambodia, what's interesting about that is that you never get these storms that last 2 or 3 days, like quite often in the United States. You get the monsoons, which means it only rains for about an hour, maybe 2, and then it stops. Now, generally it's in the afternoon or evening, but it can be in the morning. However, it usually only happens once a day. So if you get a rain in the morning, you're probably not going to have rain the rest of the day. And if you haven't had rain all day, it's probably going to rain in the evening. So that's about the best you can do for preparing during rainy season.
Yeah, usually we don't have rain all day long.
Never all day long.
Never.
Well, can't say never. It has happened, but it's very unusual. Is there weed pizza in Cambodia? And also, oh my gosh, Bevan, what was your question was also about the weather. Oh, when is rain? Okay, so first, when is rainy season? Generally May through October. That's what all the tour books tell you. But I'll tell you a little secret. I don't know if Cecile realizes this, but remember that whole big Fukushima earthquake, tsunami thing that hit Japan? When that happened, the Earth's tilt actually shifted a little bit, just a little bit, but a little bit in the big realm of things is can actually change the weather patterns. And so I've seen about 1 to 1.5, so about 4 to 6 weeks shift in the weather pattern. I've been watching it since that, so it's about 5 years now. And sure enough, rainy season doesn't start until mid-June to the beginning of July instead of in May, and it goes through into November rather than ending in October. Yeah, but the tour books and everything, I mean, everybody is still, it's May through October, that's rainy season. Is there weed pizza? Yes, there is, and they are known as happy pizzas. So happy pizza places, good observation. Thank you. Yeah, I pay attention. I try to. That's why I'm the maven. Come on. So, anyway, hello, Saksabai. Yeah, we have a guest outside. Yeah, so stay. Samto. It's actually like a beggar, which we don't normally get in here, but he lives inside. Happy Pizza. Yes, it's called Happy Pizza. So this man that's begging right now, he lives inside the Barai. The Barai is the neighborhood, and in this case, it's a gated, gated community is what you would say in the U.S. It's a gated community. We've got security guards around and everything. So the rest of Phnom Penh, you will have a lot of moto dops. That's basically a taxi on a motorcycle, and tuk-tuk drivers. Those are little carts pulled by motorcycles that act as taxis, and they're constantly. You try to walk anywhere in the city, and they're like tuk-tuk, moto, constantly. You can't take a couple steps without somebody trying to get you as a passenger, and beggars and everything as well. And but in the gated community, we don't have that. So it's very quiet and very nice to live here. And we're just outside. We're just across the river on the other side of the Tonle Sap River from central Phnom Penh. But we're still considered in Phnom Penh. Is it safe to ride with the tuk-tuks? Very good question. Generally, yes. So if you're just going from point A to point B, a tuk-tuk is a good way to go. And we do have a lot of mobile apps now that enable you to request, if your location is turned on in your phone, you request the tuk-tuk and they will come right to you. And they've got a meter based on the GPS. So the drivers have a meter app.
This is
So this is Pass app, and it shows her location on the map. And if she clicked on set pickup, then they would come right here. Don't click, because then somebody sees it. She's clicking anyway.
So you have it is a new service.
Yeah, and because it's metered, you don't get cheated on your price. Like Uber, yes, and Uber is here, so Uber would be one. Hi, Salut, Samin. How's the money exchange rate? How far will the U.S. dollar go? Excellent question. Because Cambodia is the only country in the world where we use the dollar. In addition to the American dollar. And there goes some dogs. Dogs. Okay. Those are the when I walk my dog or my son's dog, these two dogs that are outside, they chase us. And so either I have to have a big stick or I just scream at the dogs. I go, "Help there," which means go home. And then they go home. But as you can hear, these are nasty gangbanger dogs. And they're chasing some other dog right now. In fact, I'm going to go tell them. You can look at.
It's live.
It's live. See, that's how it's done. So now they ran away. They're barking down the street. Okay. So dollarization. They want to. The government actually wants to try de-dollarizing the economy, but that's going to be a long process because right now it's just so interwoven. So basically, 4,000 real, that's the Cambodian currency, is $1. So you can think of 1,000 real as a quarter, and prices are generally set as dollars. If you go to Happy Pizza, as we're talking about, maybe it's $5 for a pizza, right? Maybe it's $4.50, in which case you give a $5 bill and you'll get 2,000 real back. Because anything under $1, they don't use any coins in Cambodia, so you'll get the Cambodian currency in your change that's under $1. So that's how that works. But how far does it go? So a liter of gasoline for your vehicle is just under $1 right now for premium. It's like 3,700 real. I'm not the math whiz, so how much of a liter is a gallon? So you can compare that to U.S. prices. I'm not sure. Was it 2.2 or something? I don't know. I'll let you figure it out. Okay. Generally, you can find lunch, a decent lunch for under $5. Like a hamburger or something like this. Cambodian food, if you eat Cambodian food, you can have a meal for $1. Generally $1 to $2, you can have a meal. You can have a buffet for $2.50 of Cambodian food. And then there's like 5-star restaurants that you can pay, $20 or something. The Japanese love it here as well. So you can get real Kobe beef here. There's a huge variety. Okay. One of the things about Cambodia is there's basically what I consider 3 universes that coexist. They're parallel universes that exist within the country. The first one, obviously, Cambodian citizens that only speak Khmer, and they do everything in their own little world, and they don't really interact with any of the foreigners so much, right? That's one. The second one, because this did used to be a French protectorate, not a French colony, but a French protectorate, part of French Indochina, along with Laos and Vietnam. There's a lot of French speakers and a lot of French involvement in Cambodia, in particular with arts and medicine. Okay, so the NGOs, non-governmental organizations or international charities that are involved with art and culture, restoration of Angkor Wat, helping artists, dance, anything cultural, and anything medicine. They have the medical institute that people train at, so they're trained in the French system of medicine. Okay, and what I've found is that not all, but most French speakers prefer, of course, to speak their native language, and there's enough of them here that they have their own little group, and and French food a lot of times has cream and cheese and dairy. Dairy is extremely expensive in Cambodia because there's no cows that are used for dairy here, and a lot of Cambodians are lactose intolerant, or the older generation was, probably because they weren't exposed to dairy so much. The younger generation is exposed to dairy and they love it. So the prices will probably be coming down, and there are some people that are trying to have some small scale dairies going on. So that will change in the future. But for now, and in the recent past, dairy, super expensive, French food, dairy, and the French that are here are generally working in jobs that are paid by NGOs with a higher salary than normal people. So they have the money to pay for the French food. So they're with their French friends, speaking French, eating at French restaurants, and, interacting amongst themselves. Even in the royal palace, a lot of the royal family members during the Khmer Rouge had escaped to France. They already had a relationship with France because of Indochina, even before the Khmer Rouge. But then when the diaspora happened, a lot of them went to France. Some went to America, some went to Australia. Okay, so So that's the second parallel universe. The third is basically everyone else. So all these other countries, all these other foreigners that are here speak with English as their common language. And the Cambodians, where French used to be the preferred second Western language to learn. Hello from Hawaii, aloha. English has overtaken as the preferred language to learn, and because the internet, and you see now the internet has it's enabled with a lot of different languages, and Google Translate's available. But before that, hello, I'm from Kuwait. Great, thank you for putting it in English, because there were a lot of comments in I guess maybe Arabic or Farsi or something, and I couldn't read them, so I just didn't say anything. But welcome from Kuwait and from Hawaii. Arabia, okay, or Arabic, yeah, Arabia, the language, okay. So anyway, yeah, everybody else has to speak English, and people that were getting on the internet had to learn English, and plus just even computers, how to work on Windows. All the instructions and pop-ups and alerts that come up are in English, right? So
English and Chinese.
And then I was going to say, what's in developing now is a fourth parallel universe of Chinese, because there's a lot of Chinese investment and everything. So everybody wants to learn Chinese. The interesting thing for Cambodians, if you ever notice, like the Philippines, the Filipinos, they're born with vocal cords that sing, right? Every international hotel in the world has a lounge with a Filipino band, right? Thanks. You're welcome for me mentioning Kuwait, I guess. And
they also they also all the middle managers in the enterprises.
The middle managers in enterprises.
We need to train our Cambodian compatriots. We have top boss in the basic population, but in the middle range, we don't have any.
Thank you, Bourbon.
Cambodian managers.
Yeah, the middle managers tend to be from some other country, and so there's a lot of training going on right now. A lot of people studying at universities and getting education so that they can become middle managers and then top managers.
As an Asian, we belong. Cambodia belongs to the Asian countries.
Yes.
Then we have some official exchanges.
Yes, so more official. Yeah, the younger generation is having more official interactions. In Kuwait, rice is very important. Well, yeah, we grow a lot of rice here. ASEAN, ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, kind of like the European Union, but for the Southeast Asian nations, it's opening up. It's growing with its responsibilities and what it does, and so the ASEAN nations are able to travel amongst each other and get jobs amongst each other and things like this. So anyway, they're learning more languages, and what the reason I brought up the Philippines is because it seems like to me that Cambodians are born with the ability to learn different languages, because if you know anything about languages, people either know only their own language and they don't learn anything else, or maybe they know 2 languages, or they learn like 5, 7, 10 languages. There's not really like just 3 or 4 languages. I mean, so either you're this basic person or this language person, one or the other. And Cambodians, from what I see in general, because they learn Khmer, right? That's one. Then they either learn Thai or Vietnamese, because they're kind of either associated with one side or the other, right? So that's 2. If they're in any kind of diplomatic position or a richer class, bourgeois type position, then they'll know French. Then, like all the kids, they're getting sent to English school and Chinese school. That's 5 right there.
And
You know,
the Japanese and Korean language.
Exactly. And so then on top of that, you'll learn either Japanese or Korean or German or something. I like yourself. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Speaking of myself, I've created this persona called the Maven. It's based on my radio show that I had for 3 years, where I was the persona Lady Miriam. You know, and Lady Miriam was extremely popular on the radio here in Cambodia. So now I'm trying to shift that over to social media. Okay, so I'm not on the radio anymore, but I'm here on social media. And we just had Khmer New Year, the Cambodian New Year, and which just ended on Monday. So this is the beginning of the new year and the new social media program, branding, whatever. Lady Miriam, yes, only I spell it Mariam. Very interesting, different spelling. But I know in Hebrew and Aramaic that I believe there's no vowels, no official vowels. So it's generally just Mrym. So yeah, whatever that's worth. That's why it gets spelled different. And so actually, let's go back and finish up. Cambodians do have this, like, I think, talent, natural talent for languages. And I really think some people should get into being interpreters and things like this.
No choice, because I mean, nobody speaks Cambodian around the world, apart from the Cambodians from the road.
Yes.
Forests. I mean, nobody can understand the Cambodian language. Even though I will receive the Ministry of Sports, we speak French together.
So see, she's gonna later today, any time now, someone from the Ministry of Education and Sports, Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, is going to be coming by to have a casual meeting with her and talk about the upcoming SEA Games, and so then they will speak in French together, even though they're both Cambodian.
He wants to practice his French language, so it's French.
And that's what I always encounter. People always want to practice their English with me, and so I'm learning the Khmer language very slowly. Yeah, it's very interesting. They go LOL, lots of laughs. That's interesting. Yeah. And so I mentioned, if you're watching on YouTube, and you're seeing us react to these comments, that's because I've got my laptop is doing the YouTube and my cell phone is doing the Periscope. So there's certainly a lot more interaction going on the Periscope if you ever wanted to join on that. And then, of course, I have the live with YouTube, so it's available for replay. Of course, if you're on the Periscope app, then it's available. But by having the YouTube available for replay, then I can post that link on Facebook and Patreon and Gab and Twitter and all the other social media. Oh, dual stream. Yeah, it is kind of it's a dual stream, but they're independent of each other. You know, so go ahead and follow, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And it's the same name across everything. I was able to do that, and it's at the Maven 2017. So if you're watching on Periscope, you'll see that's my handle is the Maven 2017, and you just look for that on all the other social medias, and you'll find my pages, channels, whatever they're called, profiles, and everything. So any other questions or topics about Cambodia that you would like us to discuss? Because we are a wealth of information here there's so many different directions that we could go, talking about attractions and places you can go in Cambodia, talk about the food, mangoes, lots of mangoes in Cambodia.
This is the mango season.
Yeah. Is the mango like the official fruit of Cambodia?
or can be one of the fruits.
You know,
Fruits.
there is an official flower. The ramdul is the flower, right? Who's Cambodia? Okay, so Cambodia is the name of the country where we live. Thanks, Periscope. I can find you at the top of that list. Featured. Followed you. Wow! I'm featured? That's exciting! Yay! Featured on Periscope. And so, what were we talking about? The flowers, and then something else. Lost my train of thought. So, Cambodia. And it's actually spelled in general, Cambodia, Cambodia. The French spell it excuse me. Yeah, Cambodge. Yes, you are. I'm featured. Yay! Thank you so much, everybody.
This is Cambodia.
There's a map of Cambodia, and the colors are all the different provinces. And Vietnam on the side, and then you've got the Gulf of Thailand at the bottom, and then Malaysia would be the next country. 26 provinces in Cambodia, and each of them have wonderful attractions.
We are surrounded by Chinese people here.
Oh, next door we have some Chinese people that live here. So if you hear some Chinese in the background, that's why. Because they're kind of chatting with each other. What about the Irrawaddy dolphins? We can talk about in Krache, the province of Krache, the Mekong River goes through there, and there are Irrawaddy dolphins. Now, these dolphins don't have the long nose like Flipper. They have a round face. Come to Kuwait. Sure. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of odd for me to think about going to Kuwait as a woman, because honestly, I don't know like various restrictions and cultural things that I would need to follow. But otherwise, I love traveling. And I would love to go everywhere and see lots of places all over the world. But the Irrawaddy dolphin is really special. There are not many freshwater dolphins on the planet, and certainly in Cambodia, this is there's one pod. Kuwait is very good.
Yes, our dolphin.
Yeah. Oh, here's a picture of the. Let me move it closer. Can you guys see? That's the dolphin.
Is it really? Just take the image.
Yeah, that's the dolphin. Okay. And there's a pod. Have avenues. Like streets, avenues. Of course, you have streets in Kuwait. It's a very modern city, and I mean not city, country. So yeah, okay. But the dolphins. So you've got some up near the border with Laos and in the province called Stung Treng. But Krache is the most thought of, and that there's less than 100 of them. Last count was 70 something, and I've been here 11 years, and most of that time until the last year, every baby born died. 100% mortality. You know,
Krache is here.
In Krache.
You see Krache?
So,
in the northeast of Cambodia.
There's Krache, and that's the Mekong River coming from Laos, and then there's Phnom Penh, and then it goes on down into Vietnam. Excellent. This is great having Cecile with me. You know, yeah. So I'm really concerned, and a lot of people are very concerned about the Irrawaddy dolphins and why they have this mortality rate. I think they might have a lot of trauma that surviving the Khmer Rouge time. The adults would have been around then, and they did a lot of fishing with grenades. So they would throw a grenade in the water, and then like the dead fish float up, and you just scoop them up. And I think that noise like affected. I think they have post-traumatic stress syndrome.
In Krache you have Krolan.
Oh,
this is a Cambodian.
So Krolan, they're cooking the Krolan, wild old days. Yes, they were.
Sticky rice.
So this is sticky rice here we go, inside bamboo. They put some like pork fat or something in there too. I don't like the pork fat part. It's like this yellow. You know what chicken fat looks like? It's kind of like that inside the sticky rice. I like sticky rice with banana.
It is made same as the Khmer on Korean times.
Oh, all the way back to the Khmer and Korean times, they made this rice, and they make it the same way. So it's very traditional and very cultural. Yeah, and the bamboo, you just kind of peel. You peel it like a banana. You peel I like sticky rice. Yeah, sticky rice is great. But the banana ones, they fold those like in leaves. I don't know if they're banana leaves. They're probably banana leaves that they use to wrap up the sticky rice. Very similar to what's available in Thailand. If you're more familiar with Thai food, the sticky rice is just about the same.
And then this is
yeah. So when it's done, it looks like that. So that bamboo is all dried, and you just peel it down from the top like you would a banana. And here's some that are wrapped up in the leaves. Mm-hmm.
We love sweets.
We love sweets.
Cambodia
also
have a lot of diabetes.
Diabetes, yes, they have a lot. Healthy. As healthy as rice is, I mean, it is a starch, but it's natural. At least there's no hopefully there's no pesticides and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I think sometimes anytime the Western countries ban something, then the manufacturers of that poisonous pesticide will dump it on poor countries and say, here, we're giving you this for free. It will help you with your rice crops, because it's banned in America or France or wherever, immunizations, that happens too. I mean, it's like, oh, these immunizations are expired. Let's go give them to the poor kids in Africa.
I'm sure you don't know these kind of lorries in Prachi.
Oh, this is wonderful. Well, this reminds me of Kampong Chnang, actually.
Yeah,
but they go out
around.
So the pot makers, they make these pots and they put them on the truck. Used to be they would go with cows pulling them, even in Phnom Penh. I have some pictures from back in the day but now there's just way too much traffic. The cows, it's not fair to them to make them go through the city. So when they're in the countryside, they'll still use cows more locally, but they'll hook it up to a tractor or some kind of car to bring them around, and then people just buy the pots, and things that they have. Yeah. And but most of the food is very natural and very healthy. Cambodian. There's a lot of Cambodian food that uses vinegar, and I think in Western cultures, at least in America, I can't speak for Europe, but in America we don't have enough vinegar. I mean, the only vinegar we get is in ketchup. Very, very rarely, or pickles. And but here they use vinegar with they pickle a lot of different things.
I have cows and buffaloes.
Oh, and water buffaloes. Yeah. And buffalo meat is pretty good. I've had that. And wow, culture, food.
These are the buffaloes.
Oh, here's the water buffaloes. Cecile loves to find the churs. My phone froze. But
is it working? One screen.
Yeah, let me see. Sometimes the phone gets hot. Well, if it's still recording, we're going to say goodbye to the Periscope, because maybe it's still recording. We don't know. And I'm going to restart my phone. Bye. Oops. The elephants. Elephants, love the elephants. These are probably up in Siem Reap.
In Mandalkiri.
Yeah, but in Mandalkiri, they don't usually let you ride the elephants. So I'm just, there you go, restart the phone. However, on YouTube, we don't have anybody leaving comments.
So. And there is a cow cart organized around Siem Reap.
Oh, cow carts. I love my first time to Cambodia. I was on a ride in a cow cart with my friend down in the Cow province.
I will show you one of these images.
Show you a picture of the cow cart, and then I think it's time to say goodbye. So while she's finding the cow cart, I'll remind you again, please subscribe, like, follow, all of this. Every day of the week, I've got something different going on. Sunday, I take a break, but Monday through Saturday, we do This Week in History, celebrity birthdays, wacky holidays. There you go. That's a cow cart, and it's fun to go on a ride on one.
We have a lot of fun.
Yes, lots of fun. All right, so join us next time. Maybe we could do a broadcast from a cow cart in the future. You know, but thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed it.